Hi guys, this is Arif from TechShare. Today I'm gonna show you guys the create custom storefront part. So as you already know that I was going through a series of articles and I can say a series of videos, and then I covered a couple of videos. First of all, I have completed understanding Helix and install Sitecore 9.3, and then I already completed that how can you componentize your Helix solution. Then I also showed you in the last video that how can you install Sitecore Commerce, and you can integrate, or you can say install and configure that Sitecore Commerce with the Sitecore instance. So I have used 9.3 Sitecore and also the Sitecore Commerce, right? And then today, since the integration part is already done, but we don't have any storefront right now because we did not install the storefront template, or you can say the Sitecore Commerce storefront. So that's why what we need is basically a sort of site, okay? And through that you can, or you can say the user can do their commerce journey kind of thing. So user can browse products, user can add product to their carts. So this way user can fulfill his commerce requirements, or you can say the e-commerce requirements. So for that is basically it's not a very easy job. So the best approach I would always think is to install the default storefront that Sitecore provides out of the box. So you can create that on, you can install that on, and yeah, that way you can easily configure your website. You can create multi-tenant solution using that. So that's the one thing. Another thing is you can create your own storefront. So what I mean by that is, for example, your commerce solution, or you can say Sitecore Commerce, is already running, right? And you have your Sitecore platform, Sitecore 9.3. And now what is happening is, for example, Sitecore 9.3 platform already knows about your Sitecore Commerce, your all the custom component, or you can say the commerce component is already installed on top of Sitecore 9.3. Through that you can browse your product, you can browse your catalog. Basically you can see different orders, you can see all the details. So I'm going to show you everything, and I actually showed that one before, but yeah, I'll definitely repeat that one as well. And then I'll show you how can you create your own storefront. Obviously that won't be the best approach, but obviously you can take that on as well. So my intention would be today to create our custom storefront totally based on the React. So you can do different approach, but I would say React approach is something you can take, and then you can easily create your nice storefront, okay? And yeah, there are a lot of different standard approach. You can even use JSS, but I'm not going to take the JSS approach today. But what I'm going to do is I'll do everything manually for you guys. So let me show you quickly. So before that, I want to show you how our commerce working right now. So for that, let me open the Postman, and before that, let me show you my different instance that is running in my machine. So for example, this is my commerce authoring SC9. Okay, so last video when I installed, then I got this one out of the box, you can say, with the solution. And then I have the commerce ops service as well, or you can say role. And then I have another role for commerce shops. So yeah, so now the ideal approach would be these services are quite independent, or you can say they can be used independently. So these services have different endpoints. So they basically expose data through data endpoints. So you can use the data endpoints and you can talk with them. For example, this is the Postman, and then here you can say they have provided already different endpoints. So for example, if you open that installation folder, and then you will see that they already have a Postman collection. So if you import that collection, then you will see these different collections. So number one is this card sample collection, there is catalog API collection, there is the order collection, there is all the different collection that we need to access through the website. You can actually access out of the box through this different endpoints in Postman. So once it is working, means that would definitely be working if you integrate to your website, or you can see in Storefront. So I will be trying to quick today. So for that, for example, this is the card, get card endpoint. So you'll see the structure is like this. So if you hit the send button, then you will see that will be working as long as we have the token, or you can say valid token. So it is right now giving you 401, means we need to take the token first. So we take the token and then we click this get card again, and then you will see you get the card automatically, or you can say accurately or as expectedly. So here you have the number of item total 3. So I have already added 3 products in my cart, and then you will see all the different data, policy and everything component. And then again, I really want to show you guys a add card line. So for example, here you go, this is the without variation endpoint. So actually endpoint is same at card line, but you can provide the data item here in a formatted way. So if there is no variant, then you don't need to provide any variant after this pipe at the end of the sentence. So there is the pipe, so you can provide another parameter here that will represent your variant. But since this is a without variant, so I'm not going to put anything here. So if we send this endpoint, then you will see it says transaction committed successfully, means the product ID that I have added right now is AW013 would have been added already with this card. So this card ID is kind of dynamic. So anything you can provide here, so that would be treated as a card. So the idea would be, yeah, I mean, this is kind of, you can think about this. For example, how you are going to approach the ID. So for example, your customer will browse the storefront, so you have to manage their ID. So it may be an anonymous ID, or it might be a authenticated ID, or you can say if the user logged in already, then it is your responsibility to provide the ID. And again, if the user did not log into the system, then this is also your responsibility to provide a anonymous ID kind of thing to that user, so that you can give a sort of ID, and that will help when your customer will come back to your site, for example, after 2 or 3 days. And then maybe it would be really good experience if you again give your customer a sort of persistent experience, like, okay, last time you would have already added 3-4 products to your card, and this is the card is already there even though you are not a registered user. So this kind of thing you can do by introducing some sort of ID in the cookie or somewhere. Okay, so this is up to you. You can use the Sitecore XDB analytics ID, or you can create your own ID. Whatever you think is good for you, you can do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna discuss about this one. So for example, now if you open this Sitecore solution, for example, so this is our stuff from this is our platform. So let me browse this one here, and Sitecore. Yeah, okay, cool. So now here you can see that the business tools is already there. Through that we can access the different commerce applications. So you can access the different thing like the merchandising manager, inventory, pricing and everything. Okay, through that you can obviously configure all the things, but the most important part I'm going to show you today is here. So last time I showed you how can you create your own website. That was pretty easy thing. And now this is the home website. And what I did already, that is I'm going to show you today, in order to create my own storefront. That is definitely not the best approach, I already tell you, but obviously you can take this one and you can again do, okay, what would be the best approach, I will also show you at the end of this video. But what I did quickly is this home. If you go is presentation details, then you will see that I have this layout, my storefront, right? So what is my storefront? Let me show you quickly. Is if you open this layout folder, layout, and then in the project, you'll see this my storefront, and my storefront points to this index.html. Basically, it is pointing to my layout React folder, and my custom storefront, this is my React application, and inside the build, this is my index.html. So let me open this custom solution here in the Visual Studio Code. So now you'll see here, what I did basically is I created a very straightforward React application, and this is my React application. And what I did is I copy a website from the internet, and then I install that one here, or you can say I configured the HTML and the CSS and everything here. So that's why you would have seen a couple of things here. For example, in the public directory you have the CSS, so I taken those CSS and also JS file, couple of them, and everything. And then there is the index, so this is something I also copy paste from that website template. And then in the component I also have customized everything, like so let me show you. So what I did is I published this one, build this one, and then I put everything in the Sitecore instance. So here, if you see, this is my Sitecore instance, inet pub root, and then here here I have this layout file. This is the layout file, and then in the layout React, this is my application, and then this is my actually the storefront. You can say simple, very basic, simple React application. When I build this one, deploy this one, then this is the local directory. So I pointed this index.html file as my layout. Again, this is not the best approach, but quickly I can show you this one. And then what I did is in the home, I have put this, kind of presentation details for that layout. And what's happening is, so if I now browse my site, so this is my marketing site. So what is the website? Let me see here, the bindings, and here you go, marketing site. So I'll browse this site. Okay, so you'll see here, so this is the by out of the box kind of, actually not out of the box, the thing I just created before, but this is all static. So now the problem is, what is the thing we need to do now? Because we are trying to make we are trying to work with the Sitecore Commerce, we are trying to make it working. So for that we need some sort of sample product. So this is our sample product, and what we are going to do is we are going to map this sample product to the ID that we already have. So for example, in this here merchandising manager, so I have installed this authoring adventure workshops. So if you go here, if you browse the catalog and then just go any of these, for example here, and then what we are going to take is, for example, this AW01308, right? So this product ID, so you're going to map this product ID so that we can actually see that our commerce solution is working perfectly. So what we'll do is we'll use this product ID, and then from here when we will add this product to cart, then this is the Angular application, so sorry, React application. So from the React application we will call, so here this is our basic company Helix Solutions, right? So here what we will do is we already have created a folder cart, so I'll create a website solution here. Everything is website in Helix, so we'll create a website solution, and we will call it as card controller, or you can say the card website solution. And there we will introduce a couple of endpoints. One of them would be to handle this add to cart functionality, or you can say card controller. And through that we will take that ID, because that ID is important, because that ID presents in our index as well as in the catalog system. So what is catalog system is, if you open this database, then you will see, if you install, then you will see the Sitecore Commerce 9 shared environment, and everything now encapsulated here. There is no separate database to store the product or catalog information, so everything is basically entity. So here you will see the entity is like catalog entity, and here you have to make sure that whatever the product you are going to use, your product is matching with this catalog entity entities. So any entity that is belonging to here, for example, you'll see, so here if you open any of these, then you will see the product ID and everything. So, or you can say entity ID. So you have to make sure that your entity ID is providing the same, and that way what will happen is we'll call from the website or you can see Storefront will create a controller and we'll call this add cart line. And this basically we're gonna pass this in point with this parameter. We will make sure the card ID would be anything as per user strategy, and then we'll use this catalog because this is the only catalog I have. And then in the item ID we're gonna pass this ID, for example, and then anything, any kind of quantity. And then once we press that button here in the catalog, right, and then that will make sure that our commerce solution, and then we'll call the get cart pipeline through the Storefront, and we'll see that product is already added under that cart, and then we'll show. So once we click that button, then we can actually browse that product. So that way we can actually see the solution is working. Now, what is the drawback of this kind of approach? Only drawback is kind of right now everything is hard coded and the layout file contains everything. So that should not be practical, or we can say standard approach should not be like that. Because in this standard approach, what will happen is you will have all the things, like you will have on it, the layout file should only contain your different placeholder, right? And then one of the placeholders we can pass our React component, right? So maybe here the body, for example, feature product. So there would be a placeholder for feature products. There would be a placeholder for new products. So everything should be placeholder. And then the cart functionality might have another placeholder where you can define your cart functionality, or you can say the inject your cart functionality through the React. But obviously, if you understand the React application, I believe that should not be a problem. But what I'm going to complete, because today is the first video, but next video what I'll do is, because I actually took a lot of time to manage this thing, and so I'll slightly describe this solution and then I'll finish the video. And the next video what I'll do is I'll use this solution. I'll already have created the cart folder. Here I'll create a controller, and through that I'll try to communicate to Sitecore Commerce. Now, in order to communicate to Sitecore Commerce, the another thing we need to know is we can straight away call this in point, right? But that is not the best approach. So for example, if you go to Sitecore here, for example, right? So if you go to bin folder, then you will see commerce. There is a commerce connect layer, so we are going to use that one. So what is commerce connect layer? So I'll Sitecore Commerce Connect, right? So this is the one. So this Sitecore Commerce Sitecore engine, actually said Commerce Engine Connect, this the one. So this one, if we expand this one in .pic, if we see this assembly, then you will see there are a lot of functionality that Sitecore already provides. So we are going to use that one. So let me show you this one first. So let me go to .pic. This is also important because my intention is to give you a clear idea about Sitecore Commerce and how we are going to approach this Sitecore Commerce and Sitecore to integrate with the Storefront. So that is something important. If you understand everything, then it would be really easier for you guys. So here, for example, let me open this assembly here quickly. So I would have already got one here. Yeah. So Sitecore Engine Connect. So if you open this one, Sitecore Engine Connect, then you will see, for example, cart Sitecore. So let me go here and then load cart, for example, right? Let me go this load cart, and then you will see. So load cart itself a pipeline, right? So load cart processor, load cart extends cart processor, and this is the process. And now if we see this load cart, let's copy this load cart and let me go again here. We can browse the show config, or you can directly go here and see. For example, if you go app config include, then you will see Sitecore Commerce cart config. So let me open this cart config, and then here you will see, if you see the load cart, you will see the pipeline is configured here. So this is the load cart pipeline. Okay, this is the load cart pipeline. So what you can do is you can create, for example, let me open the other card, then the get card, for example. Load card is something, get card or create or resume card. Then you will see there are some processors already defined. So what you can do is you can leverage this thing. So what you can do for load card, so obviously you would never know what is going to happen in future, so you have to make sure that the extension point is there. So when we'll say load card means you need to load the card, and then you need to configure your own processor here. So you will do here. So maybe the processor will redirect back to your code here in the card, somewhere in the foundation layer maybe. Okay, so that will take the request, and from that particular point, or you can say processor, will connect to Sitecore Commerce and will grab the data like this request basically, and then we'll get the data, and then from there we'll return the result, right? So this is something we'll make sure, we have to make sure actually. Okay, so that's all here. And then in order to explain this solution a bit, so here is pretty simple. So for example, the card, if you open the card, I'll try to put this one in the repository, maybe not this video but in the next video, so that you can have a look at this as well. So this is nothing, this is all static. So I have put everything commented out so that and then I'll make this thing kind of dynamic. So we'll have to make sure that we can add product, we can get the product, we can add the product to cart, we can browse the product, and then we can check out. So that is my intention, to complete a couple of videos, not one video but one or two videos maybe. So here card, and then you have all the thing like. So right now what I did is I took the whole template website and then I pieced together, I divided into different components so that we can reuse and we can make this website working with this React solution. So that was something I did. And yeah, so basically this is quite straightforward, but this is the solution basically. So the next, I'm going to complete, or you can say end this video now, but what I'll do in the next is, once you click this button, then what I'll do is, once you click, then there will be a handler in my React solution, and that will actually call a endpoint here. So I'll also make sure that endpoint is already there. So I'll create a website like this, and then there I'm gonna put a controller. So that controller will take the request, and then from there we'll extend our load card or add card line pipeline from here. So this Sitecore Commerce card config, what we'll do everything here, and then so from there we'll take this one, and then we'll get a callback from our class again through the processor, and then there we will call the commerce engine, and we will do whatever we need to do, like get card or update card or load card, whatever we'll do. Okay, the next video I'll try to make sure that you can at least add a product to your card, and I'll try to do that in front of you guys. Hopefully you will not be upset on. Okay, so that's all today. Hope we'll see you very soon, tomorrow or next day. Okay, see you then, bye bye. And if you have any comments, then let me know in the comments, and also if you have any question regarding your commerce solution or anything, then also you can forward that to me as well. And don't forget to subscribe my channel if you think it's helpful. So hopefully everything would be nice, and we'll see you soon, very soon. Bye bye.